Hello and welcome to my live. The most expensive thing you will ever pay is attention to the wrong people. I'm coming in to do this live because one of my clients asked the question, what forms or what questions should be in place before she gives her manuscript to the editor? What forms should she put in place before giving her manuscript to the editor? And that's what I want to address with you today. Okay, nothing that I share in today's broadcast is legal advice. All of this is coaching and educational information only. You're encouraged to seek a lawyer for your specific concerns or your specific questions. Okay, so number one, there are four types of editors, okay? Four types of editing. Number one, there's substantive editing, where the person go in and change the structure of your manuscript. They turn it around, okay? Number two, there's copy editing, where the words are changed and so forth. There's line editing, and then there's proofreading. Those are the four types of editing: substantive editing, copy editing, line editing, and proofreading. Now, in a bigger deal. So people are going to want to be aware of what's going on there. People are going to want to be aware more of what's going on because you're going to want to protect your intellectual property. And the bigger and the more books get out, the more people are reading them, the more videos are being done about your book or your story, the bigger your message is going to become and the more valuable your message is going to become. And therefore, it's going to be critical that you get the editing portion right, because the editing and the writing is the foundation of your manuscript. It's the foundation of your intellectual property. So you want to get that part right, okay? So I've given you the four types of editing. Next, let me tell you the 7 questions that you want to be sure that you're clear on and that you want to get these into an agreement before you hand your manuscript to the editor or before you hand over your ideas to somebody. There are 7 questions that you definitely want to ask, okay? Number one, when you are writing or handing over your ideas to somebody, only disclose that which is necessary. Only disclose that which you want them to have. Don't disclose information that's trade secret or that's top secret that you're not ready to put out there. If you give it to somebody else, you've put it out there. So the first thing you want to do is get clear on what you're going to hand over to the person who's going to be doing the editing or who's going to be looking at your ideas. Disclosure, number one. Number two, okay, write out in your agreement expressing exactly why you're giving this person your material. I'm giving this material for you for editing purposes only. I'm giving you this material to review me as a candidate for the job. I'm giving you this information only for the library use only or for public use only and not commercial use. Okay, express the purpose. So number one, disclose only what you want to disclose. Number two, be specific about the purpose for why you're handing your editing over to someone. Number three, require the person to sign a non-written agreement that the editor will not use your information. No, and you also want to say the editor will not transfer my information to a third party for them to use. So you want to be clear that the editor will not use your information nor transfer it to someone else. Number one, disclosure. Number two, the purpose. Number three, not to use or they will not transfer it. And number four, require the editor to agree that she will obtain no rights. You get no rights in the ownership of my material. I'm allowing you to edit it. I'm allowing you to review it, but you don't get any rights into my material, okay? That's number four. No rights, no use, and no transfer. Express clearly the purpose and then the disclosure. Number five, you want to ask the editor or whoever's going to be reading your material to keep it confidential, to keep it confidential, to keep it confidential. You don't want them to be telling everybody about your story, everybody about whatever it is that you're writing. You don't want all of that to get out before you get it out, okay? Keep it confidential, okay? Now, the fifth thing you want to do, no, this is number six. Number six, you want to say to that editor, editor X, if you share any of my information with somebody else, you're going to cause me irreparable harm. Okay, irreparable, irreparable harm. The reason you want to spell that out is you don't want the, oops, I didn't know. Oops, I didn't know. I couldn't tell anybody. Oops, you didn't know. You have my confidential information. You have my story. You have my manuscript. Don't share it with anybody else. Only review it and edit it and give it back to me. Don't tell everybody about it, because then the editor could steal your thunder and kill your financial profitability of that. Okay, don't want to do it. And then none use unless you agree. The last thing is you will want them to agree not to use it unless you agree. Okay, so I've given you 7 questions that should be in your agreement that you should write up and pass it over to the editor or whoever's going to be reviewing your manuscript before you give it to them, so that you're all on the same page. And remember this, always get your agreements up front. It's kind of like criminal lawyers. Always get your money while the tears are hot. You want to always get everything in on the honeymoon stage. Don't wait to the backside after you done gave them your manuscript and say, now, will you sign this? That ain't gonna work. You need to ask them to sign it up front before you give them the manuscript, and before you give them the check, and before you give them any form of payment. You want to get them to agree up front. I'm Dr. Fred Jones, the world's only book coach and bookologist, reminding you the most expensive thing you will ever pay is attention to the wrong people. Bye-bye.